welcome back. Today I'm doing the totally should've book tag. This has been a tag that's been going on around for quite a while, I think. It's been like maybe a few years since it's been like created. And I actually never heard about it until like last month. I don't care if I haven't been tagged. Maybe I have been tagged for this video, but I haven't been notified about it. And it's not by people that I'm subscribed to. So I'm gonna do it even if I haven't been tagged. So let's just get started. So the first one is to pick a book that should have gotten a sequel. I picked More Than This by Patrick Ness. This book was really quite something different. First of all, I thought it was a contemporary going into it. I didn't think it was what it is. And I really enjoyed it. But the ending didn't end like unfinished, but it kind of did, because you want to know what happens to the characters later on. After all the events have happened, you want to know what the characters are going to do. Are they going to be okay? Are they going to still be friends at the end, you know? There should be at least like maybe a little novella about the rest of the story, or maybe like just a shorter version of a long book. I don't know, just something that tells us what happens to the characters at the end, because it kind of left off on a cliffhanger, but not really, and I'm pretty sure there's no other books going on after this one, right? It's the only one. It doesn't continue, unless I'm very wrong. Next is to pick a book that should have gotten a spin-off series. Now, is it wrong to say Harry Potter? Like, I love Harry Potter so much, it could have gone on. Is that how you say it? It could have had more books, like maybe about Hermione, her life growing up in a muggle home. You know, her parents are muggles and she's a witch, and just, you know, all the weird stuff that happened when she was a kid. That would have been really cool. Or how things go in the Weasley house, you know, with a pure family, and just like such cool stuff could go on in that house. Could you imagine a whole story about Fred and George? That would be so fun. I would read that so bad. Next is to pick an author who should write more books. Now, Stephanie Perkins is writing more books. She's writing like the Summer Days books, and she's writing some sort of mystery novel or like a thriller or something like that. But she should write more contemporary stories, because Anna is my fave contemporary story ever created by a humankind. I also really enjoyed Lola, and Isla was, oh my god. So she should really write more contemporary stories, because she's so good at it. She writes such cute characters, such cute romances, and it's just like, I want them all to be like this. I'm gonna read her mystery stuff, but I really want more contemporary, because they're just like the best thing in the world. They're like a blanket, a warm blanket, or a hot bath, or a nice hug, just all wrapped up into one. They're fantastic. Next is to pick a character that totally should have ended up with somebody else. Now, I don't have an answer for this one, because I'm really content with all my characters ending up with the characters that they are with at the end of the series. I won't say at the end of the first book, because you know, you never know what might happen at the end of the series. But I'm usually happy with how it ends with the relationships, so I don't have an answer for this one. I'm just really content with everything that happened in the stories that I've read so far. Next is to pick a book that you wish would have ended differently. I'm going with Just One Year, Just One Day by Gail Foreman. Now, it wasn't that I didn't like the ending. It was very frustrating, because it's like, what's happening? And she did write Just One Night, which explains what happens after the door closes, but it would have been nice that we would have gotten it in this one instead of having to wait to see what happens at the end of the story. And I haven't read Just One Night yet. I have it, and I haven't gotten to it yet. So I can't say that I wish it ended differently, but I do wish that this story, like this physical book, would have had Just One Night in it, so we wouldn't have to wait and freak out when we finished the book, because it was very torturing to my soul when I finished it, and it was like, what? So I'm going to combine the next two questions together. First question is a book or series that should have had a movie franchise, and the next question after that is a book that should have had a TV series. So these two books, I couldn't decide which one would be which, but they're interchangeable, and it's Throne of Glass series and the Lunar Chronicles. I don't know which one I would want to have a TV show and which one I would want to have a movie franchise. Like, this one would be a really cool TV show, but a really cool movie franchise as well. And this one would be an epic movie franchise, like in space and robots and just really cool stuff, but it would also do a really cool TV show. So I'm picking both for each question, so like you can pick and choose whichever you want to be a TV show or a movie, because I would be okay with either one of them. Next is to pick a book that should have only had one point of view. Now, Obsidian and Opposition, I don't know what it's called. Now, the first two books in the series, I believe, have had one point of view, but then the third book and the fourth book and the fifth book had 2 points of views, and for me it just like disconnected me completely from the story. I like one point of view. If you start from one point of view, just keep going with it, don't change it up. It's not my cup of tea, but I really enjoyed book one. It was so good, it was so funny. One point of view from... I loved hearing from Katie's point of view, but then when it switched up in the third book and it went from Damon and Katie's point of view, it was just like, ugh, I don't like it. They sound the same and it's just blah. So if they would have kept up with the one point of view, I think I would have enjoyed it more. Although I did still enjoy the series, but I was like, I just want to hear from one person's point of view. I don't care about the other one right now. I just want Katie all the time. I have my accent again. Why? Why? Next is to pick a book or a series that totally should have had a cover change, and it did, but it sucks. So it was still the Deluxe series. I kind of don't mind this cover. It's not that bad, even though it is bad, but then they changed it to this crap, which I absolutely hate. I ranted about this in November of 2014 when they did the cover change, and I was so pissed off because I couldn't find book 2, 3, 4, 5 in this cover. I know they only did 5 in this type of cover, but 2, 3, and 4 had these covers, and I wanted these because I wanted them to match, and I could only find these stupid bind-ups. And then after I buy the bind-ups, they come out again with the original covers. Like, screw you, publishing companies. You suck. I hate you so much. This one should have been kept the whole time. Why? Why, oh why did they think that this cover with a half face would have been better off than these covers? I don't understand. And their bind-ups, which is even stupider. I'm not going to talk about this anymore because I get really upset about it because they're stupid. It's just stupid. Let's move on, okay? Next question, a book that should have kept the original covers. I'm going to go again with this one. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Just mentioning that Obsidian, the Deluxe series, should have kept the original covers the whole time. Moving on, moving on. The last question is to pick a series that should have been just one book. Now, I like the fact that the Selection series was a series of 3 books because you get to enjoy it like with 3 different covers, but it could have been one book. I mean, the story kind of dragged on in the second book, so it could have been all mashed up into one big story. I mean, it's not that big of a book. It's kind of big. Maybe 2 books, maybe cut out some fluff in the middle, but it could have been one book from start to finish. You know, like the selection starts, and at the end Maxim picks his princess and everybody would have been happy. The end. I mean, I guess that The Heir and the Crown could have been one book. I mean, it's 2. It's only 2, it's not 3. So they could have probably smashed everything together in this one, but I really am happy that we have 2 books. The more the merrier, people. So that was the Totally Should Have book tag. It was really fun. I'm gonna do the Totally Didn't book tag as well sometime soon. I don't know when exactly, but I am planning on doing it. I was actually tagged in that tag, so it's gonna be really exciting. So keep an eye out for it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would love you forever if you did. Also subscribe. Click that red button, like my lips. It's red like my lips, so it's not hard to find. It's just down below there. It'll keep you subscribed and it'll keep you updated with all the videos that I post. And I will see you guys very soon with my next video. Bye!